Alright, Schlockmeisters fans, got a relatively newer horror film, 2013's Oculus. Let's check it out.
That fired. As many times as I've had this dream, it's never been me before.
And I believe he should be discharged.
That's Tim. He's being discharged after 11 years.
Coming 21st birthday.
He's been in this facility.
16 going once, 16 twice.
An antique mirror.
So, please pass along.
That is Kaylee, Tim's sister, who just bought a mirror.
What do you mean?
That mirror has some significance.
It wasn't easy. I tracked it down mostly through second bidders, people who lost to the auctions. It was in storage, part of an estate collection in Bremen. It took me a year and a half to get it into our warehouse and kill it.
I was 10 years old.
Well, I'm doing it tomorrow night. And I could really
She plans to kill this mirror. Do we know why yet? Now that's her father. Their father died 11 years ago.
Hello again.
Apparently the mirror is haunted and it has something to do with her parents being killed 11 years earlier. She's going to get revenge.
The purpose of today's experiment is to prove that the object behind me, the laser glass, is home to an observable, predictable, supernatural force.
This mirror has quite a history.
20th century New England. The next case of note is Mary O'Connor, 1904. She hung the mirror in her private bathroom. 2 weeks later, her niece Beatrice finds Mary dead in the bathtub.
We were just kids. We made up a scary story so we wouldn't have to accept the fact that our father was a murderer. He was. He was a sick man who tortured and killed our...
I intend to prove that none of the people I've just described were responsible for their actions. Alan Russell was not a murderer, he was a victim. One of many, as it turns out.
That's an anchor.
The mirror goes right there. And the only thing to prevent that from happening again is our continued survival. So,
We go back in time 11 years now and we see something that happened to Dad. Apparently this mirror can possess people and make some crazy shit happen. Apparently the dog was a victim too.
Can kill plants. Mason was sick.
Alright, I'll take him to the vet tomorrow. Bad news. I don't think we're both coming home.
Mom.
Did you misremembering events from 11 years ago? Or that the mirror eats dogs?
He's been in therapy for 11 years, so he doesn't buy all this stuff that happened.
Let's go turn off those cameras, disarm that anchor, and we can go anywhere you want.
Then one of her experiments, we find out all the plants that she put around it are suddenly dead. With no logical reason why. Another flashback. Now, this is their mother from 11 years ago. And then when Dad came to stop her from choking the son and following them, he gets into a tussle with her too.
Your mother is very, very sick. And she's going to need to stay in bed for a while to rest up so she can get better. But we don't want you two bothering her.
Daddy chained her up in the bedroom.
Fix the lights.
That's her fiance. Did the mirror trick her?
I didn't kill him. I couldn't have. The plate, it wasn't real. I didn't kill him because the plate wasn't real.
This is a trick to get us back inside.
This is a trick to keep us standing there. It's not real.
I thought I told you not to play around.
Kaylee got outside. Again, this is 11 years ago. We're kind of going back and forth throughout this film. And she sees the ghosts of somebody. This is in the past again. Mama choking Kaylee. Until... Dad put his finger in the gun. Young Kaylee meeting Mommy in the mirror. Timmy killing the mirror, or thinking he is, but oops.
We have to kill that thing.
Timmy got arrested 11 years earlier for shooting his father.
For Mom and Dad.
I think the same is going to happen now for killing his sister.
He called 911. And then he did this.
"11 years earlier, he saw the ghosts of his mother and father. Now, 11 years later, his sister too." All right, let's talk about this movie Oculus. You know, I think I picked this up at like a Dollar Tree or something, really cheap, or I don't know, it was like less. I think it was probably $1 for Dollar Tree. Otherwise, I got this other store that was like $3. I don't know, but anyway, I got it super cheap, and I was like, you know what? It's a horror movie, and I've heard of it. It's kind of modern. I think I'm gonna get it. I want to watch it. So as I'm starting to watch it, like within the first 5 minutes, I'm like, I've seen this movie before. In fact, not only that I've seen it, I saw it in the theater. I'd totally forgotten about it, but yeah, as I was watching it, it all started to come back to me. So it's anyway, it's a 2013 horror movie. It's about a killer mirror, I guess you can say, or more of a possessed kind of ghostly type mirror. So the movie is told partially in real time and partially in flashback 11 years earlier. The story here, 11 years earlier, well, the movie starts off with this girl getting her brother out of a mental institution. He's been in there for like 11 years, I guess. He's like 21 now, or 20, I don't know. And his girl, or I'm sorry, his sister is 2 years older than him. And she gets him out, and she says, okay, I'm glad you're out now. Now we got to go back and keep our promise to kill it. He's like, what the hell are you talking about? Well, it turned out 11 years earlier, they had moved into this new home with their parents, and there was like this old antique mirror that was in. I don't know if they purchased it or where it came from or whatever, but anyway, ultimately they determined this mirror was evil, and it was possessing the parents and making them do things. And in the past, 11 years earlier, the son, who just got out of the mental institution, shot his father and killed him. Now, ultimately, we know that the mirror was causing this. The dad was weirdly possessed, and at one point he had the mom chained up in the bedroom because she was all messed up too and tried to choke the daughter. They were just, they were possessed, basically, is what was happening there. So even though, yeah, he did technically shoot his father, it was the mirror that made it all happen. So anyway, he was put away for 11 years. Now he's out, and then she decides they have to kill this mirror. So she has this elaborate setup in this place where she has obtained the mirror again, and she has this like anchor thing set up where the mirrors, every hour, if they don't shut off this timer, this anchor is going to come down and shatter the mirror. So they know, they're basically telling the mirror that it's self-serving, that It doesn't want to die, so I don't know, it's kind of weird in that respect. But anyway, so they stay in this house and weird stuff starts happening. There's ghosts and all kinds of things. Ultimately, one of the last scenes in the movie is the girl who goes to hug her mom who's in the mirror, and the mom is very friendly and nice and everything. She goes, hugs the mom. Meanwhile, in this other kind of reality, the brother decides to kill the mirror and lets the anchor come down and crush it. What he doesn't know, though, that his sister is in front of it, and she gets crushed by this anchor, and she dies. The police come and they arrest him again, just like they did 11 years earlier. As he's leaving, he sees his mom, his dad, and his sister. They're ghosts in the window, and that's kind of how the movie ends. So anyway, the movie itself, again, it goes back and forth quite a bit. There's a couple times where you're not sure quite exactly what's going on, but overall, it's a pretty decent film. It's got a whole lot of creepiness going to it. One of the things about these ghosts is that they have glowing eyes, kind of like in the movie Salem's Lot, for one thing. Glowing eyes to me has always been really, really creepy, and that's what's going on here too. And there's some gore going on, some disturbing stuff, and disturbing gore, and yeah, it's a pretty decent film. That's about all I got to say about it. So anyway, check it out. It's called Oculus. The star of this movie, his name is Karen Gillan. Don't know what else she's been in, but she's kind of pretty. So anyway, check it out. Leave some comments down below. Watch it. It's Oculus. Leave some comments. Bye.